shit.
Hey, to you.
Don't leave Mike's torn. That's what I got to say.
I'm feeling the hell out of that right there, man.
I like to say leave Mike's torn. Leave Mike's torn.
Shit, man. Shit.
Hey, man, we're going to call up Arbin from BoxingTribune.com. We got Snoop over here hitting the heavy bag.
Yep.
He's preparing.
You ready, bro?
He's preparing to take this shit on. He's ready. I'm going to talk to Arbin from BoxingTribune.com. Make sure you check them out for the latest boxing news.
And then so we're going to let these dudes go. Each going to give them a round, man, to dissect the fight.
Yep, J-Mac fell off on the sound effects. That's cool.
It's all good.
Let's speak to the boy Arbin. This dude's pretty cool. We're waiting.
Let's see. Can't wait for this fight, dog.
Yeah. I'm sorry. We're doing quiet time. Uh-oh. Arbin?
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? What's going on?
Man?
How you guys doing tonight?
Good.
Doing good, man. Doing good.
We got J-Mac, Major, and Snoop in the house. Snoop's our Mayweather authority.
Yes, sir.
And
Mayweather's going down.
Oh, that's what I want to hear. That's what's up.
Controversy.
So, man, we're going to give you round one. Arbin, go ahead and state your case, man. How's De La Hoya going to do it, man?
De La Hoya's going to do it on size and skill. De La Hoya's been there, done that. Mayweather, this is his first super fight of his career. Meanwhile, De La Hoya's had a super fight every year since about 1994. So he's been there and done that. And I spoke to De La Hoya personally at the Waldorf Astoria in Manhattan. And he stated to me, he said that he thought that Mayweather was scared. Mayweather never acted the way he did, the way he's doing right now. He's trying to joke around and play and trying to get in De La Hoya's head. But people have been doing that since 1992, since De La Hoya won the Olympic gold medal in Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So, he's been there and done that. This is a walk in the park for him. Mayweather, on the other hand, hasn't fought a good opponent, a legitimate threat since 2002. So you got to take into account with the fact that
What you mean? Who's the fighter? What you talking about? Castillo?
Jose Luis Castillo in 2002.
Okay.
That was the only time where there was a legitimate threat to Floyd Mayweather's reign, and he didn't particularly look very good in that fight.
Okay. Now, besides the experience, the fact that you think this is Floyd's first big step up, what about tactically? What's De La Hoya going to have to do in the ring besides the experience game?
They did their 7-day weigh-in. Mayweather came in at about 150 pounds for a fight that's going to take place at 154 1 week from now.
Mm-hmm.
De La Hoya, on the other hand, he came in at about 158 7 days before the fight. De La Hoya is the bigger guy, he's the taller guy, and he's the stronger guy. So what De La Hoya's going to have to do is keep Mayweather at the end of his jab and just pop that right hand basically all night to the point where he's going to be able to land that left hook once Mayweather opens up.
All right. Ding, 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 ding. Good points right there. Good points.
Definitely.
I feel both of them.
Make sure you ask those same questions to Snoop now. Be fair.
Round two. Snoop, man. Take it away, bro. Why is Mayweather going to do his thing?
Well, of course, the obvious, Mayweather's hand speed and footwork, that's a definite advantage in this fight. Okay. I believe his defense, what we call around here in Michigan, the Michigan shoulder roll, making Oscar miss and delivering them murderous counters. That's number two. And number three, what a lot of people don't even really talk about is the hunger. Mayweather been wanting this fight for 5 years. Mm-hmm. 5+ years. When a person wants to fight a special fight, they usually come out and perform the greatest.
Mm-hmm.
Win or lose.
We've seen some examples of that, like Tarver Jones.
No doubt about it. Jermaine Taylor, Bernard Hopkins.
Yep.
Oscar De La Hoya, Julio Cesar Chavez, first fight. That was his big first fight, really, in front of everybody. He performed great. And I think Mayweather, he been wanting this fight, so he's not scared. I think he fed into the public too much about trying to be the bad man. So, of course he's going to be out of control and really feed into it. And plus, his insecurities about the public not liking him, you know what I'm saying, because he's a bad man, even though he's pound for pound the best in the game. Mm-hmm. That plays with his mind a little bit, but, it throws right out the window as soon as they both in the ring. And that first bell rings, it's going down.
All right, so tactically,
yep. So you think a lot of counters, pot shots is what you're looking for?
Oh, yeah. I'm looking at, I think, what's going to be surprising? The first 3 rounds, they're going to be filling each other out.
Mm-hmm.
Like my man said, Oscar's going to be showing the jab a lot. He wants to test. He's going to be at the end of the jab a lot, Mayweather. I think Mayweather's going to try to stay inside between 4th and the 7th round. He's going to try to get inside. He doesn't want to be outside too much with with Oscar because that left hook could come at any time and lay him down. I think it's going to be inside fighting a lot. You'll see Mayweather hold a lot, too, in this fight, too. You're going to see a little bit of holding on Mayweather's part so he can stay inside and make Oscar work. Because the big thing in this fight to me is stamina.
And De La Hoya has been known to fade.
And I mean, even on for Mayweather, too. Mayweather's coming up in weight. And, he can't do too much pop shotting and moving at 150, 154. It's not going to be explosive like he did against Baldomir.
Yeah, because his first fight at welterweight, I really didn't think he looked all that hot.
He didn't. So. I can't even lie about it. But at the same time, if Oscar's going to win, he's going to have to pressure Mayweather. Can he do that for 12 rounds?
Okay,
I would love to see that.
Ding, 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 ding.
Good points right there.
You let him run long. That's unfair.
Now, Arbor, we're going to give you the chance to, because he just touched on it at the end of that, man. To me, it's about pressure. And to me, if De La Hoya if he can pull off the Jose Luis Castillo game plan of constant pressure behind a jab, solid body work, I think he got a real chance. But that's never been De La Hoya's style. Do you think he can do that?
I don't think he needs to be honest with you. I'm going to have to correct you guys, and I know that's a rare occurrence on Hood Hype over here.
It's much appreciated, man.
Sure.
That Judah won the first 4 rounds by boxing him. He was beating him to the punch and hitting him with some power. Castillo had his game plan. Mayweather, to his credit, just basically didn't see it coming. But since then and today, people have been trying to pressure Mayweather, and it's never worked. Mayweather's been looking spectacular against all these guys. But when he came in against Judah in those first 4 rounds, and Mayweather won that fight handily, but in the first 4 rounds, he looked pretty bad in it. And it was because Judah was outboxing him and keeping him at the end of his punches. And De La Hoya, being the bigger man, is going to be able to do that as well. And I also want to touch on that point you made about hunger. I'm going to have to take away round 2 from you because De La Hoya is the hungrier fighter in this fight. Mayweather's been wanting this fight for a long time, but the way De La Hoya looks at it, this is a young gunner who's trying to take his crown. And De La Hoya's got more to prove, and his legacy stands more on this fight than anything else, especially if you put it in comparison to Mayweather. Because if Mayweather loses, they could say, oh, okay, he lost against a bigger guy, 2 weight classes above his natural weight. De La Hoya, on the other hand, if he loses, they're going to say he lost to a younger guy who can't really punch it that hard, who's got bad hands to begin with, and it's a fight that De La Hoya should have probably taken advantage of his own physical attributes. So I think Mayweather is the less hungry fighter of the two. Plus, you also got to take into consideration the fact that Oscar De La Hoya is fighting for $40 million.
Okay.
Well, you know what?
Ahead, Snoop.
I gotta disagree with you with the hunger part. There's no way Oscar De La Hoya is more hungry than Mayweather. Not for this fight. This fight right here, Mayweather knows this is a do or die fight for him.
This is career defining.
This is career defining. I mean, this is for the public, for him. He knows this is the stage. Like I said before, Antonio Tarver, Roy Jones, Julio Cesar Chavez, De La Hoya, Jermaine Taylor, Bernard Hopkins. These are fights where these are the open the gates, blockbuster fights. You only get maybe 1 or 2 of these in your lifetime as a fighter. True. You know what I'm saying? Mayweather wants this bad. He's going to do or die in this fight, basically. He's going to put it on the line. And I just hope. And Oscar has, and the thing about it is, Oscar De La Hoya has other venues. He got his own management company. You know, he does all other things. I mean, if he loses, he loses. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to say that he's not going there to win, no doubt about it. He's going there to win, but at the end of the day, when the 10th, 11th, 12th round comes, man, I just think Mayweather is just going to prove that he wants it more than De La Hoya. And then at the end of the day, De La Hoya's going to be just like you said. Well, you know what? He beat me. I got my $40 million.
Yeah.
So what?
Laughing to the bank.
Bye-bye. You can have the chance to be the great one. I already did what I did. I proved myself already. You stepped up. You beat me. Oh, well, so be it. I'll see you later.
All right, man. So the last thing, man. Let's get your official decision. How's it going to go down? Knockout, decision, or which way?
No, it's not going to be a knockout because the first couple of rounds are going to open up a little slow. But I think what's really going to get into Mayweather's head is the fact that he's the underdog in this fight in the eyes of the fans. And I think that's going to make him want to gun a little bit more than he should. And he's going to end up opening himself up, and that's where De La Hoya takes advantage. De La Hoya is a very good puncher in his own right, so he's going to be able to take advantage of those issues. Plus, you also got to understand Mayweather's psyche. Mayweather, he thinks he's the strongest guy in the world. He thinks he's the fastest guy in the world. If you told him to go in with the heavyweight, he'll go in and bang with him just to prove that he could punch just as hard as him. And I think now that he's up against De La Hoya, you got to take into consideration the fact that when I was at the Waldorf, all the women were screaming for De La Hoya, and they weren't screaming for the quote-unquote pretty boy of the fight. And that's something that I think Mayweather holds true to his heart, that he is the true golden boy of the sport. And quite personally, I feel that he is because of the fact that he's done so much in his career and that he's looked so spectacular. But when it comes to the fans' eyes, they look at De La Hoya and they think this is the best-looking boxer. They think he's the best boxer in the world. And I think that bothers Mayweather a little bit. And I think, if anything, De La Hoya is playing the head games on him just out of the fact that he's not budging and he's just letting the fans do the talking. Okay. And that's how I think Mayweather is going to end up shooting himself in the foot halfway through the fight.
So close decision? Open up and
try to, it's going to be somewhat close. I could see it somewhere along the lines of like 7 rounds to 5 in favor of De La Hoya. No knockdowns, nothing like that.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Does De La Hoya have 50 Cent coming out? No, I'm just kidding.
They probably have a mariachi band or something. What you got, Snoop? What's your
Most importantly, does De La Hoya have 50 Cent?
What's your
No, I'm just kidding.
What's your score, man? You got a decision, or you think Floyd might be able to pull off something, a miracle?
You know what? I've been trying to find a fight that even comes close to it. Everybody been talking all kinds of different fights that don't even make no sense. But this one fight, to me, is kind of similar, but it's not. Sugar Ray Leonard and
Hagler.
No, not that one. I think Sugar Ray Leonard and Hearns first fight. The point where the height difference, Hearns he's not as fast as Sugar Ray Leonard, but he still has that hand speed that's quick enough to get you. That's what Oscar De La Hoya. He's not as fast as Mayweather, but he can get you with his counters. He's quick. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the fight, I think that Mayweather is going to get that technical knockout, wear him down in the 11th round. In the 11th round, he might get a technical. Go ahead and write that down there, sir.
Big prediction.
Technical knockout. Put that down. I think it's going to be a technical knockout. And if he does that, he's going to win all the fans. He's going to get more haters. That's going to be more money. It's going to be yeah. So I'm looking for a technical knockout. But, the obvious, I think, is going to be a decision. Mayweather is going to win the decision, no doubt about it. He's going to outbox Oscar. Oscar's going to try to test
8 rounds to 4, 7 rounds to 5.
Nah, it's going to be a close one. It's going to be controversial. I think it's about a good 7 to 6. 7 to 5. 7 to 5. I think it's going to be controversial, no doubt about it.
Good points on either side.
Yeah, man. Arbin, man, thank you, man. Appreciate the time.
Hey, no doubt about it.
Man, I would love to talk to you again,
sir. Sets the standard for hip-hop lifestyle. Box Tribune sets the standard for the boxing lifestyle.
Yes, sir.
So we go hand in hand through and through, just thick as thieves.
Yes, sir.
BoxingTribune.com. You got a good-looking site there, too, man. Lots of info
Thank
up
you,
there.
Gentlemen. You guys are doing all right for yourselves as well.
Yeah, we're going to catch up with you again, too, man.
Yeah,
Maybe I know that Cotto Judah fight looking interesting, too. So
meaty.
Oh,
we will be in touch.
That one. You going with Judah in that one?
Oh, no. Cotto.
Oh, okay.
Cotto by
we got to talk about that. Let's do this again.
Hey, yeah, we definitely going to talk about that because I think that Zab might do something unbelievable.
Man.
He might.
Snoop's all for the underdog.
Hey, you know me. Hey, I used to not even like Zab Judah, but this fight right here, I can't wait for it. But yeah, I'd love to talk to you again, sir.
Yeah, man, we're going to catch up with you, Arbin.
Thank you very much, man.
Thank you, guys.
Take it easy, man.
BoxingTribune.com.
Boxing Tribune, man.
Arbin, thank you very much, man.
Doing the thing, man. Let's get into a track. We've been running long, man.
Yeah.
State of the Union. It's been
my God,
long
they're
time
back.
since they've been back to us, man.
Yeah.
We've been waiting to get them back on here, and we got them. Check them out, baby.
Welcome back.